All right, so talking with enough Hebrews or Christians, period, you will come to the understanding, or you'll realize that a lot of Hebrews and Christians don't understand. Either they haven't read the Bible or they don't understand the Bible. Okay? So I tell Hebrews, Christians, whoever believe in the Bible, one of the things I say a lot of things. But one of the things I say is King David was a faggot. King David was gay. So immediately they get defensive. Most of them don't even understand where it comes from. So I get Hebrews asking me, well, back it up with proof. Where's your proof? And I'll be like, well, don't you know your scriptures? It's just scriptures. With this particular situation, I don't need to go to the Medunetter. I don't need to go get some information from the Nile Valley system. This is your scriptures. So just with the Hyksos, I'm going to use this video again and use it as just evidence. You choose. You use common sense and you choose what you think is going on. All right? So you have to go to Samuel. You got to go to Sam. I'm sorry, that's the Apocrypha. I'm the Apocryphas. Hold on. All righty. So you got to go to Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1. All right, let's start there. If you want, you can go back and you can see how King David didn't want to marry this particular female. He passed up on her. If you want to go further, you can go. I want to start from 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1. All right. And it says, and it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. That's 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 1. Let's continue. So the souls was just knitted as one. Only time this happens, well, it's supposed to happen, is through marriage. But let's keep going. Verse 2. Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house. So after that day, Jonathan wasn't allowed home. Again, this is marriage. When you marry a female, she's accepted into your house. She's your last name. She carries on. She's a part of you. But let's keep going. I mean, let's keep going. You make your own interpretations. Let's keep going. All right, verse 3. Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. So, again, the souls became one. Jonathan and David's soul became one. Jonathan's father no longer accepted him to come home. Jonathan and David made a covenant as one. They made a covenant as one. He's not gay. This don't sound like marriage, but let's keep going. Verse 4. Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments. Gave it to David and even his garments, even to his sword and his bow and his girdle. Okay? So now Jonathan is stripping himself of his robe, of his weapons, his sword and his bow, and his garments, and his girdle. That's butt naked. I mean, we talking about ancient times. They were not wearing underwear. Cut it out. We're talking about ancient times. So he stripped himself butt naked. I mean, let's keep going. Verse 5. And David went out and was successful wherever Saul sent him, so that Saul set him over the men of war. And this was good in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants. I can keep going a little bit. Verse 6, as they were coming home when David returned from striking down the Philistines, which we know that's a complete lie. The only people that strike down the Philistines were the Greeks. It's a difference between biblical history and real history. Real history shows you that the Greeks wiped out these ancient nations. There was no Hebrews. The Bible going to tell you the Hebrews wiped out these ancient African nations, but that's a lie. There were no Hebrews. Anyways, wiped out Philistine. The women came out of all the cities of Israel singing and dancing to meet King Saul with tambourines, with songs of joy, and with musical instruments, and so on and so forth. You only need a little bit to see what they're trying to say. You can love a fellow man, but there's boundaries to it. The Greeks, we know, had a homosexual civilization. We know for a fact they bred homos, they lived homosexuality. So, if you're going to tell me King David used the instrument of the harp, which we know the origins of the harp come from Kemet, come from ancient Kemet, which you people like to call Egypt because y'all Greeks. Female used to use the harps in ancient Kemet. So King David instrument was the harp. Another sign to show you this is feminist, more feminist. But also you can only make a covenant with your wife. I have a lot of male friends that I love. I'll die for. If this shit was to hit the fan, load the Glocks, we lit. But at the end of the day, I'm not knitting my soul with any one of them. I'm not making a covenant with any one of them. Because this is things that you hold dearful to your one and only, your wife. That's supposed to be, your other half is supposed to be your wife. The Hebrews were allowed to have many wives. Solomon had many. King David had 6 or 7, I can't remember so. And that's another thing. If you follow the lineage, you will see which one of his so-called wives was a male, because each one of his wives, besides one, gave him a son. And I don't want to go down. I'm stay focused. King David is gay. If you read the scriptures, you can interpret it how you want. Common sense going to tell you what it is. Common sense going to tell you what it is. So some people just going to try to use key words. As me, like, I just throw certain information out there to see what a Hebrew going to say. And I see how he going to react. Depending on his reaction, I'll go further. But if I see that he just completely, I'm sorry, I got heartburn. If I see that he completely whitewashed and he completely just take the Bible as so, I won't even waste my time. With a lot of these Christians and Hebrews, because of this doctrine been brainwashed into us for hundreds of years, they're going to die believing in the Bible. And it's just nothing you can do about it. It's not, you can hit them with facts all day long for year after year after year. You can give them information to research. It doesn't matter. They're still going to always go back to the Bible and believe the Bible was so. So with certain people, you got to understand your battles and you got to see which ones to fight, because most of these people, they haven't even read their own Bible, but they're going to tell you the Bible is facts and it's their God and so on. But it's another quick video. I'm currently doing chakras, which that video alone going to be probably a 40-minute video. There's so much information in it, and I want to do it the right way. I don't want to leave nothing out. This is why I left. I did I did a part 1 first. But I'm down for debates, questions, like, subscribe, whatever. Appreciate your time, and I support Black people, so I don't say nothing about, oh, you wearing the Eagles. So it's Black people. They may not be the owners, but who the faces of these franchises? It's Black people. Who the name on the back of this jersey? A Black guy. So cut that nonsense out. Anyways, appreciate your time, and thank you.